The Property Bulletin by London Property, the home of superprime.
Petra Eccleston, the British heiress and daughter of Formula One tycoon Bernie Eccleston, has taken her lavish London mansion off the market after years of unsuccessful attempts to sell it. The Grade 2 listed Chelsea property had been listed for £175 million, about $201 million. Eccleston and her husband, real estate agent Sam Palmer, reportedly spent nearly 6 years trying to find a buyer, according to Tatler. One of the most expensive private residences in London, the mansion was originally 2 separate houses. Eccleston purchased the property in 2011 for £60 million with her former husband James Stunt, before undertaking an extensive and highly customised renovation, the Daily Mail reported. The home now spans approximately 20,000 square feet and includes 8 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms. Visitors are greeted by a bespoke gold bar beneath a crescent-shaped chandelier made up of 150,000 individual pieces in bronze, clear and gold tones. Luxury amenities include a private spa, a beauty salon, and a 5-metre-long aquarium. The Chelsea mansion is just one part of Eccleston and Palmer's broader luxury real estate portfolio. The couple is known for buying, renovating and reselling high-end homes at significant profits, according to the Wall Street Journal. Most recently, they listed their Los Angeles residence for $41.95 million, after purchasing it for $30.5 million in 2023 and completing major renovations, including new landscaping. In 2022, they sold a Brentwood home for $33.5 million, nearly 48% more than its 2019 purchase price. They also previously owned The Manor, the famed Los Angeles estate built by television producer Aaron Spelling, which they sold in 2019 for $120 million, after buying it for $85 million nearly a decade earlier. As an heiress to her father's Formula One fortune, Eccleston has long been a fixture in elite social circles. Her personal wealth is estimated at approximately $400 million. London's celebrity centre of gravity is shifting west. Richmond-upon-Thames is now outpacing traditional star hotspots like Primrose Hill, Chelsea and Holland Park. The latest headline move is author and TV presenter Richard Osman, who has reportedly bought an £8 million period home on Richmond Hill. He joins a long-standing and growing A-list community drawn by green space, village feel and, crucially, privacy. Richmond's appeal lies in its riverside setting, Royal Park, strong transport links, Waterloo and Heathrow, independent shops and a local culture that largely ignores fame. Estate agents say celebrities can live quietly without intrusion. Notable residents include David Attenborough, Richard E. Grant, Sarah Lancashire, Rob Brydon, Ben Shepherd, Jane Horrocks and Spurs manager Thomas Frank. Across Richmond Park, Tom Holland and Zendaya have also made the area home. Pop culture has added fuel. Richmond doubles as the setting for the TV comedy series Ted Lasso, turning parts of the town into a year-round tourist draw. Average prices now sit close to £900,000, triple the UK average, cementing Richmond's status as London's discreet, high-end celebrity enclave. Fresh data from Zoopla underlines just how stretched affordability remains across London, particularly at the prime end. The analysis assumes a 20% deposit and lending capped at 4.5 times household income, a constraint that increasingly defines who can buy and where. At the top of the market, Kensington and Chelsea remains the most exclusive borough, with average values around £1.12 million. Buyers need household earnings of roughly £200,000 plus, reinforcing its reliance on dual high owners, equity-rich movers and international capital. Westminster follows closely, where a £166,000 income is required, reflecting limited stock and persistent demand for central walkable locations. Prime adjacent areas, such as Camden, still require salaries well into 6 figures, about £136,000, showing that lifestyle boroughs with strong amenities and transport links continue to command a premium despite broader market caution. At the other end of the scale, Barking and Dagenham is London's most affordable borough, yet even here, buyers need close to £60,000, far above the UK average salary. This highlights how affordability pressures are no longer confined to prime postcodes. Across London as a whole, the average house price of £559,000 implies a required income of around £100,000, firmly positioning owner-occupation as a high-income or equity-led activity. The market is increasingly bifurcated. Prime central London is dominated by wealth-backed buyers, while mainstream owner-occupiers face structural barriers. Expect continued demand for best-in-class assets, downsizing, family wealth support and creative structuring, while affordability remains the defining issue for London housing in 2026. A recent Court of Appeal ruling has sent a clear signal to property owners and advisors. Even where a specific SDLT exemption technically applies, anti-avoidance rules can still override the outcome. In the Tower 1 St George Wharf Limited versus HMRC, the court accepted that a distribution exemption meant SDLT on a property transfer should be based on the actual consideration paid, not market value. On its own, that would have been a win for the taxpayer. However, the court then applied Sanction 75A FA 2003, the SDLT General Anti-Avoidance Rule. Looking at the series of connected intra-group transactions as a whole, it treated them as a single notional sale from the original owner to the ultimate buyer. Because the structure had reduced SDLT overall, the court imposed SDLT by reference to the aggregate consideration across the scheme, resulting in a charge linked to a value of over £230 million. Why this matters for prime property? SDLT planning is now judged holistically, not step by step. Even valid reliefs or exemptions may fail if the overall effect is to reduce tax. Courts will interpret anti-avoidance rules purposefully, correcting drafting quirks where necessary. For high-value and intra-group property transactions, technical compliance is no longer enough. If the structure appears designed to suppress SDLT, Section 75A can still apply, with potentially very large tax consequences. Careful upfront structuring and stress testing against GAAR is now essential in the prime market. David Bowie's childhood home in Bromley is set to be restored and open to the public in 2027, offering a rare glimpse into the formative years of one of London's greatest cultural icons. Located at 4 Plaistow Grove, the modest railway workers' cottage was Bowie's home from ages 8 to 20, 1955 to 1967. It's where he developed creatively as a teenager and wrote early material, including his breakthrough hit Space Oddity. The project is being led by Heritage of London Trust, with restoration curated by Geoffrey Marsh of the V&A's David Bowie exhibition. The house will be returned to its early 1960s layout using never-before-seen archival material, recreating Bowie's bedroom and family living spaces as they were during his youth. Beyond preservation, the house will function as a living creative space, hosting workshops for young people focused on confidence, communication and artistic experimentation, echoing Bowie's own Beckenham Arts Lab ethos. This is more than a museum piece, it's a celebration of London's creative heritage, turning a humble suburban home into an inspiring cultural landmark for the next generation.
Subscribe to our newsletter to receive our weekly bulletins and stay ahead of what's shaping the super prime property market.